right, 3, 2, 1, and let's start.
Hey, I'm ready. Hey, welcome to another episode of the podcast. I am your host, DJ Angelfire, with my co-host Kwaku Amp, and today we have our guest on. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Dr. Audio engineer.
I can
hear
too
me?
well.
Okay, I'm Dr. Drex. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, Dr. Drex.
Okay, yeah, Dr. Drex. Yeah, I'm Dr. Drex, mix mastering engineer, based in Africa, precisely in Nigeria. Yeah.
Oh, now it's been a while since I looked at your Instagram page, but you are a lot of big names. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure.
Any artists you produced recently you can name?
Apart from
Like confidential.
the Yadi, yeah, when I came, I did some couples of mixes for some other dudes also. But a lot of names which I can't even remember, you understand? But I know I worked with some A-list artists, which I did some mixes for them. I can't really remember, like, because there were a lot. I was working on their albums and projects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have to ask you to talk just a little louder. I'm hearing you better, but
Okay. Can you hear me now? Is it fair?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. So you want me to repeat that again?
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah, I did some couples of mixes with some A-list artists. A lot of them, which I actually don't know their name, but I could get the files from their managers, and you just want me to do their mix and mastering, and that's how I come about it. Most of the times you don't get to see the artist, you just work with the management, and they bring files for you to get it done, mix, mastering, and that's it.
okay. So yeah, you're like a ghost producer, but in the sense of being a audio engineer.
You say what?
Like a ghost producer, but you do the kind of the engineering work.
Yeah, exactly. I work with different producers, just want to get their song get mixed and mastered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I've been looking at your Instagram story. It looks like, I guess you worked with Kanye on something. You don't have to go into any of the specifics, but can you describe the experience of working with him or his team?
Yeah, working with let me just say, I went with a boss of mine, Bankuli. That was the guy that actually introduced me. That said we should come, and precisely it's because of the. I work with the Pro Tools, and I'm sure that's exactly what they actually needed, because that's majorly the DAWs we were using there. Mm-hmm. And I work more on the SSL bus board because I use the SSL AWS 900 series. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to meet Kai's engineer too, Jesse Riggs. So I met some couples of engineers, but we just two. Mark, JC, myself, and my other colleague, we left Africa together. Then Bankuli, there was three of us. And my experience there was very fantastic because I gained a lot. Apart from the sound and the recording that happened, I really gained a lot, meeting a lot of people, meeting top artists, how their experience, you meet people and they share their life's experience and, get that beyond music, life, how to make it, get music business, you understand, taken to the next level. So I really gained a lot, I gained a lot. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
How many years have you been doing this before you got noticed by Kanye's team?
Can you come back again? Can you come up?
He said, how many years have
Can
you
you come
been
up
doing
with the question
this
again?
until you got noticed by Kanye's team?
I've been mixing for 10 years now.
Oh.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's longer than we've been in the music hub. I've been doing this for about 3 years, and I don't know how long Kwaku's been doing it, but I'd estimate it's probably close to that.
Like 3 years or a year and a half, I'd consider. But wow, that's amazing. You're really into this industry, right? Have you traveled to any other countries? Like, I know you're in Nigeria right now, but have you been to the United States?
I've not been to the States. I only just get files from the States for from some artists that they send over for me to get their song mixed and mastered. Then some others calls me for some insights of they want how to mix vocals, and I just give them a little advice and a piece or mix facts. You understand how they can go about getting new techniques of mix. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So that's basically. I've never been in the state before, but I just hopefully I'll be there someday. But I just get files from artists there and get their song mixed and send them through emails.
It's interesting. How
have you?
Oh, yeah, you can ask your question.
Go ahead.
Okay. So can you describe like the music scene in Nigeria, or just in West Africa in general right now, in respects to hip hop or any genre you see coming out?
Okay, basically, here in Nigeria, our sounds are more on the African sound will mix the high life. You understand, the high life music, which I know originated from Ghana. You understand? So we do a lot of fusion, the Afro, we do the Afro hip hop, we do the high life, and some other people can actually fuse that with some Afro-Cuban sound. You understand? And just like, they want to be different from every other artist that does just the same thing, with no varieties. So we have different artists here in Nigeria that are trying to fuse the sound and to get their real sound. Like most of them, you actually just you might want to hear a Davido. A Davido was someone that does the African more, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And Afro pop. Then other upcoming artists who actually want to mimic what Davido is doing, which might not actually work for them. So they have to really get their own sound. You understand? So to make them what they really are, to make them their person, But generally, in Nigeria, we deal more with African sounds. But now, I think they are really fusing more on the hip hop. If you notice, some sounds that actually come out from likes of YCs and some other couples of artists. They deal more with the hip hop. Some are trying to go into trap. So you can actually just speak like, this is because they do a lot. They do all kinds of genre here. The strength is the Afro.
Very interesting. Also, I remember there's this Nigerian artist. I think his name is Falz, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And he, right around the time Childish Gambino came out with "This Is America," he came out with "This Is Nigeria." I'm sure you're aware of this, right?
Who's that?
Falz. Falz?
Oh, Falz.
Yeah.
Falz, the bad guy.
Yeah. The response from the government, from what I've seen, they've been trying to, suppress the music video's reach. Right around that time when "This Is America" or "This Is Nigeria" came out, can you describe the public's reception of the music video or the song "This Is Nigeria"?
Basically, for This Is Nigeria, I've really not really sat down and understood the inside of that pattern of sound like that. But I just believe, the kind of genre Files does is the Afro hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? Yeah, exactly. So he does more because he's a comedian. Do you understand? So he infuses it into his music, his sounds.
Oh, so it's
his
like
sounds,
satire, like comedic satire.
What's that?
Like he's using like comedy in his
Yeah,
music, right?
exactly. So you can see the kind of glasses he uses.
Mm-hmm.
Fused with his lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Then the appearance, the kind of videos. You understand? Then sometimes when you get to watch some adverts and you just see the way he talks, he has this kind of particular. Not that that's just the way he talks, but that's what he's known for. His tune of vocals. Do you understand?
Yes.
But just that kind of comedy things and just use it to his music, and he's doing great, man.
That's very interesting. Bruce, you have any questions or?
Yeah, so I'm curious, like kind of mainstream hip hop sound. What other genre do you think kind of more soul or R&B style? Probably just in Africa, but is there like any other kind of this kind of
Are you talking about artists major?
Can you repeat that? You kind of cut out.
You want to find out if that genre is making wave here in Nigeria?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, are there any comparable genres in America we have soul, like R&B soul, hip hop, and stuff like that? I know you were just talking about hip hop a couple moments ago. Because I know in Ghana,
of course, there's some artists that does soul.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's some artists that does soul here, like a soulful artist we have here. We have I don't know, maybe you heard of Banky W.
I think I have before.
Yeah, Banky W. We have Nini Ola. We have there's this other dude guy. It's called Capital Femi. Yeah, these are guys that actually do soul. You understand? They're doing the kind of like soul fuels music. They do this general sound. And there are some artists. There's a lady artist I respect a lot that does that too. Tiwa Savage.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiwa has a beat soul. Then Victoria Kima. Yeah, these are people that I really worked with, a lot of them. So they have this soul stuff, but they can just fuse it to this African kind of sound. But if they want to do their stuff, like they want to do this stuff, they have this soul touch and soul feel in the sound.
Right. I guess one thing that I would think about is like
praised.
What happened?
Another artist like that, praise. So also, he deals more. I think that's more of a soul artist, a soulful artist, R&B.
What's his name?
Praise. His name is Praise. Yeah.
All right. You have any other questions, Bruce? Or?
I mean, I guess just on like I think other genres, hip hop have influenced. I know, having gone to Thailand and heard like some of the K-pop, I hear all kinds of different, like, not clearly from America or maybe from Europe, but it's all sort of put together in their music. And I'm curious, like in the African music scene, do you hear other international influences outside of, say, the typical hip-hop sound?
Yeah, I do. there's a track she featured Omar. That wasn't on hip hop. It's just an Afro. It has this African sound. Okay, and it featured you get, and it was great. There's another genre which is outside hip hop.
I think I'm like cutting out with you guys.
No,
connection. So
Drex, can you repeat? Can you repeat your answer again? Because I'm also cutting out as well.
Oh, okay. What I just said was there's a track which was not a hip hop genre that Tiwa featured Omarion. I don't know, maybe you've seen the video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she featured Omarion. It was this African touch, and it sounds great.
Oh, so the track you're talking about, it's not necessarily, or rather, it's some sort of hybridization between like two different, I guess, musical sounds from different parts of the world. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because Omarion is more like an R&B.
Oh.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and Tiwa Savage she has aside that she does the African sound, she does the Afro, and she also has a soul. She also has a soul sound in her, though she fused it with the African sound. And that was it.
That's very cool, because I'm from Ghana, right? I have my family from there, and when they play like gospel music, I guess one of the the most notable people, I'm not sure if you heard his name. His name is Daddy Lumba, and he seems to have influenced a lot of people in that area in regards to I guess gospel music.
Oh, okay. Sounds familiar. Okay.
Do you make music just make music on your own, or are you just like a producer? I mean, like you just mix and master other people's music,
Yeah, that's what I do. I can only just direct an upcoming producer, or I can just direct, tell the producer what to do. If you get the file across to me for me to get mixed, you understand? I can just help out to bring out the best sound and things like that for him, because most of them you don't tell them. Okay, this is how it is now. We have beats makers and we have producers.
Okay,
you understand? So so producers are the musicians. You understand? Beat makers are just, they want to fuse different samples because it sound nice. It sound nice to their ears and everything. They actually want to fuse a lot of samples which is not meant to be. You understand? And they get, when you tell them to make an hip hop for them, you start, because of all the samples they're clicking on to make use of, they are not now concentrating on the hip hop sound. They're now making it sound an Afro hip hop, which wherever you actually want an hip hop sound. You see, that's two different things. Beat maker actually want to listen, a producer wants to listen to an artist and plays. Those are major people that actually knows more about the notes, the chord changes, the plays, the keys, keyboard. And beat makers are just, you just actually want to fuse in different samples because they sound right. Have a lot of samples, no breathing space for the artist to hear yourselves into the sound. What I do basically is when they get those files across to me, I try and understand. There are three things that I reason. First, I reason what the producer is thinking. I come about with the artist, what were they doing when they sat down together and start making the sequence. So I kind of reason all that. That's why it takes me time for me to start mixing songs. I spend a lot of time mixing tracks because I actually want to understand. Yeah, I actually want to understand where the artist is coming from, the direction the artist is coming from, and the producer. So I make both of them happy.
All right, so it's not like merely, you're just sitting there or putting beats together. It's, really, it's a refined process where you have to actually get into the mind of, I guess the first person that put the composition together, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like the market for audio engineers has changed now that there's so many bedroom producers, like myself, interview we had with Krylo, where they just want to master it and do it from start to finish themselves. I think those people have impacted your job, or have they?
Okay, let me start from Nigeria. What I've noticed first. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Basically, now here in this part of the world, Nigeria, they focus more on the producers. Nobody have the time for mixing engineers. You understand? Now,
I got you. Yeah.
Hello?
I'm still here.
Oh, did he cut out?
are the wheels
It was going to clear up on my end. I heard him, but then...
Drex.
focus to a mix engineer like myself? Because of the kind of gears I use in the studio, I make use of an SSL, and here in Nigeria, I'm only the one making use of that kind of console. Do you understand?
I see.
What's that?
Can you please repeat like the first part, like just summarized a bit, because I keep cutting out on my end. I'm not sure if Bruce caught it up on his end. So.
Okay. Yeah. What I just said was the question that was thrown to me was about if the mix engineers are really.
Basically, what I was trying to say is, if he thought that bedroom producers who just want to do the audio engineering themselves have kind of impacted his job. And his point was to say that in Nigeria, people aren't really concerned with the engineering part, and so that's what I got.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the producers aren't, you know.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Want me to talk?
Can you hear me?
I heard a little bit of delay in your voice, Kwaku.
Okay, then it must be on my end, yeah.
I don't know. You know, we're all in such radically different time zones.
Let me see real quick.
I said it to you, host, because I figure that's close. It's obviously close to Kwaku and closer to Africa, but...
do you have OBS, Bruce, or no?
Yeah, I have OBS. I'm using Audacity right now to record myself.
Do you have it set up where you can record internal audio on OBS?
Are you good? Are you good?
I'm just recording my voice. You're recording, right?
Yeah, I'm recording both of this podcast and my voice and everyone.
Good.
Here, let me do something real quick.